Hi, Angie here for mynexttablet.com. Today with an unboxing video of the brand new Amazon Fire Max 11, including the keyboard and pen. Alright, let's start the unboxing of the Amazon Fire Max 11 that is available in the United States and Europe now. Prices start at $229.99 and if you also want to get a bundle with the keyboard and the stylus, you can get a bundle for $329.99 and if you're in Europe, you have to pay at least €269. And yeah, let's unbox this tablet. Inside the box we see the tablet itself first, and it looks a bit like quite a bit higher end than previous Fire tablets from Amazon. Then we get a USB Type A to Type C cable and then a standard charger. We also get an eject tool for the micro SD card. It does not have a SIM card slot and there's no LTE version at the moment. Then we get the standard paper stuff, warranty quick start guide. And then let's get to the pen. The stylus you can buy either with that bundle that I mentioned or separate for $34.99 or €34.99. And inside that box we first get an eject tool to change the tip of the stylus. Then we get a battery and then there is an extra tip for the pen, and I already saw on Amazon that you can already buy extra tips for the pen. And then we get the stylus itself, which is a USI 2.0 pen. By the way, more on that later. I also have the keyboard cover here, which cost €90 or $90 if you buy it separately. Like I said, you can also get a bundle. And inside the box here, we get the back cover first, which is separate from the keyboard. Then we get a quick start guide again. And then, of course, the keyboard itself, which has a keyboard and a touchpad built in. And as usual, since I shot the first part of this video, about half a day has passed already and I already played some games, watched a bit of Netflix and yeah, used this tablet a bit so I can tell you a bit more about the Fire Max 11. And we're starting with the design. We're getting an 11-inch display here, then symmetrical black, relatively slim screen bezels. There's an 8-megapixel front-facing camera. On the back we get another 8-megapixel camera. There's no LED flash. There's the Amazon logo. Then we get a mostly metal body, which is quite nice because it's the first Amazon tablet with a metal body. But we've got some plastic here at the top. At the top we also get 2 speakers in this plastic part. Then on this side nothing. On the bottom there's the connector for the keyboard cover. And then on this side, there's a micro SD card slot. There's no headphone jack. Then we get a USB-C 2.0 port. So you can connect many USB-C accessories, but no external monitors. Then we get a volume rocker over here. And then there's a power button, which also has an integrated fingerprint scanner. And I can demonstrate that. This is the first Amazon tablet with a fingerprint scanner. And I think I activated the show mode. Yes, that's deactivated. So I can show you the fingerprint scanner. There we go. It unlocked the tablet pretty well. Let's do it again. It's unlocked already. I have to swipe. So let's start that again just to show you that it works. Well, that's the fingerprint scanner and it's nice that it is included because it's quite rare at this price point. The tablet is also quite thin, as you can see, and it weighs 490 grams. Now let's get to the 11-inch display, which is a bit bigger than the 10.1-inch tablets Amazon used so far, just a little bit bigger. And it's a standard LCD screen, which is fully laminated, has pretty good viewing angles, like it looks pretty good. It has a resolution of 2000 by 1200 pixels, which is standard in this price range. Other tablets like the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite and the Lenovo Tab P11 Gen 2 have the same resolution. However, if you look very closely, sometimes you can see a little bit of pixelation just because pixel density is not the highest. It's fine, certainly if you're holding it normally in front of you, but if you look very closely, you often can see a little bit of pixelation, but like I said, that's quite normal in this price range. Other aspects of the screen are pretty good. I already watched a bit of Netflix. It was American Hustle. And yeah, it's great for Netflix. It has a wide level of L1, so you can watch Netflix and other streaming services with HD quality, which is good. The two speakers here on the top are fine for the price, just as what you expect, but the bass is not very strong, also what you would expect. So overall, the speakers are fine, but certainly nothing outstanding, but also not very bad. Now, let's get to the optional pen for the Amazon Fire Max 11. Like I said, it costs around 35 US dollars or 35 euros, and it's a USI 2.0 pen. That's the same pen technology that works with many Chrome OS tablets and also with the Google Pixel tablet. I've got another USI 2.0 pen here, which is from Lenovo. That one I bought for the Lenovo Dual 3 Chromebook, and I also use it with the Google Pixel tablet. And by the way, this Amazon Fire pen here also works with the Google Pixel tablet. So if you're looking for a stylus for your Google Pixel tablet, you can just get this Amazon one here. It will work fine. It uses the USI 2.0 standard, and yeah, it's well built. Looks nice, fits well in your hand. It has one button here. It can connect magnetically to the side of the tablet, which obviously is an advantage compared to other USI 2.0 pens. So that's pretty nice. Otherwise, this pen works fine. I wrote a bit with it in OneNote, and yeah, it works fine. No big problem here. However, compared to the Samsung S Pen and Apple Pencil, these USI 2.0 pens are not as good. They're fine, they work good, but they're not amazing. The Samsung and Apple pens are a little bit better, actually much better, especially if you draw a lot, if you write a lot. Just recently, I gave this USI pen and the Google Pixel tablet to an artist to compare with the iPad Air, and she noticed that the iPad Air, even though it also has a 60 Hz screen, just reacts faster with the Apple Pencil. And the same is the case with Samsung S Pen tablets. So regarding pens, these are fine, just Apple and Samsung still are a little bit better regarding those. Inside the Amazon Fire Max 11 runs a MediaTek MT8188J processor, together with 4GB of RAM and 64GB or 128GB of internal storage. And like I said, there's no version with LTE. You can see in my Geekbench 5 benchmark comparison here that the CPU and especially multi-core performance is a little bit better than on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite and Lenovo Tab P11 Gen 2, which are both direct competitors. However, the graphics, the compute performance is a bit weaker. And you can see me playing PUBG Mobile here, which works well on the Fire Max 11. I was able to set the graphics to HD, but not higher, not to HDR and not Ultra HD. And that's also quite normal in this price range. And that basically means you will be able to play pretty much most games on this tablet, but with more demanding ones, you will have to select lower graphics settings. Alright, let's get to the optional keyboard cover. Like I said, you can buy it for $90 extra, or you just get the bundle. And the keyboard cover consists of two parts. There's this back cover, which connects magnetically to the tablet. I will show you how it works. You just line up the camera here, and yeah, that works pretty well. And then you've got this back cover with an integrated kickstand. The magnets are pretty strong. It won't fall down that easily, but if you really, really want to, then you can make it fall. Obviously, you shouldn't do that. And yeah, the nice thing about having this separate back cover is that you can use it as a stand even without the keyboard. For example, when you're watching a movie, Netflix, YouTube or whatever, or if you're using it as an Echo device, as a smart home display device, then of course it's also handy to have a stand. But yes, then you can connect the keyboard using a magnetic connector like this. It works pretty well. If you fold it up, the screen and the back are protected. The sides are not protected, which is pretty standard though. And yeah, then if you want to use the keyboard, you just fold up the kickstand, put it on the table, open it, you use your fingerprint, and then you can start to type something or use the touchpad, and the keyboard is fine, nothing special, nothing bad, seems to work fine. And the touchpad also, it's a little bit small, but it seems to work just fine. Now let's get to the software of the Amazon Fire Max 11, and you can see it's running Fire OS version 8.3.1.9, which is based on Android. And Amazon says that it should get security updates for 4 years to come, which is pretty good. And I've been using pretty much all Fire tablets for the last 10 years or so. And usually Amazon is pretty good with releasing regular updates for quite a while. So that's nice. Now, this is Fire OS, which is Amazon's version of Android. It's based on Android 11, but it doesn't really matter that it's based on Android 11 because it's not Google's Android. It is Amazon's Android, and they just based it on Android 11. This has not that much to do with Google's Android anymore, except that it is Android, but there's no Google Play Store, no Google services, nothing from Google, no YouTube, no Chrome, no Gmail. It's just Android without Google and with Amazon's things. You can see here the Amazon Store, the Amazon Silk browser, which is a fine browser. I always install Chrome anyway, but it's a fine browser. Then there's the Amazon App Store, which you can use to install lots of games, lots of apps. There's Netflix on here, OneNote, TikTok. You can see quite a lot actually. Games like PUBG Mobile and so on, but there are also many apps and many games that are missing that you cannot find on the Amazon App Store. You got fast and easy access to Prime Video, Amazon Music, Kindle, Audible, Amazon's Photo, of course the voice assistant, which name I'm not going to say at the moment, and yeah, all those services are quite well integrated into this tablet. And this tablet is great if you love the ecosystem of Amazon. If you have other Echo devices, for example, it will integrate really well. One special feature is here that you can activate the Echo Show mode, and then it pretty much is a smart display, an Echo smart display. It behaves just like those Echo Smart displays from Amazon, but you can use the voice assistant anytime you want. You don't have to activate the show mode for that. So with all of that being said, usually you can install the Google Play Store quite easily, and then you can install YouTube, Chrome, Gmail, and so on. And I will do that just at the beginning. I want to review it as everybody buys it without those Google apps. So that's why I haven't tried to install it yet. But I'm sure, if not already, over time you will be able to install the Play Store. And what you can certainly do is find those APKs on the internet and install it, even if the Play Store doesn't work at the moment. So that shouldn't be a big problem. Now, obviously, that's something that your friends, maybe who are not technically savvy, cannot do that easily. So that's why usually these Amazon Fire tablets I recommended for people who just know they can install the Play Store themselves, or they can download an APK and install it themselves. Then it's great, or if you just don't need those Google apps. By the way, there's a pretty cool feature for this pen here, which is very similar to the scribble feature that Apple has. And of course, Samsung, Lenovo, and so on, they also have something similar. But with those, it never worked that well. Let me show you that scribble feature in the Silk browser. I'm just going to write my next tablet, and then let's see how well it works. This time it worked pretty well. Before it didn't work that amazingly, but now it worked pretty good. So yeah, I will test it more for my final review, but it's nice to see that Amazon included that into their operating system. Otherwise, you have to install those apps for the pen. I installed OneNote, Squid, and the Drawing app, which are all from the Amazon App Store. Of course, you can find others, especially once you install the Google Play Store. So that's my unboxing and first impression of the Amazon Fire Max 11. I'm excited to properly review it. This is not a review, this is just an unboxing. If you want to see the final review, subscribe to this channel. But my first impressions are pretty good. I wouldn't get it if the pen is the most important feature for you, because then I still recommend the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, which is more expensive, yes, but the pen is included with that one, and then it's not that much more expensive. Otherwise, Camera-wise, the price-performance ratio here seems to be pretty good. It has a nice display, good build quality, decent performance, and a decent keyboard cover. So yeah, I'm excited to properly review it now. And I think it will be very interesting, especially for those deal days that Amazon often has, like Prime Day and Black Friday and so on. Then they always usually get quite really good discounts, and then it will be very exciting. Alright, that's been my unboxing and first impression of the Amazon Fire Max 11. If you're interested in tablets in this price range, also check out my review of the Lenovo Tab P11 Gen 2. It costs about the same, quite similar, and has very similar features.